Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Steve Chiama. I'm the franchise owner for Action Coach in Fairfax, Virginia, and I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. Today, I have the pleasure to introduce Jonathan Morris, the founder and CEO of the Consonance Group, as my guest. Today, we're going to talk about Jonathan's business, his journey into business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop a new show like this one. So Jonathan, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here today. And please, if you would, give us a little bit of background about who you are and a little about your business too.
Sure. Thank you. And thanks for having me on. Um, I, I'm based in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm in the Maryland suburbs. I've been here grew up, went away for a bit, had some adventures, and returned around 2000. Yeah. So I've been here about, let's just call it 25 years, give or take. Um, my my journey to entrepreneurship was kind of an odd one. I sort of backed into this business somewhat by accident. I'm a musician. I call that a pre-existing condition. Like my pre-existing condition is I'm a composer. Um, uh, I'll try to do the short version. The short version of my entrepreneurial journey. I had a house cleaning business when I was just out of college in my 20s because I wanted to. I was very clear that I needed nights and weekends to do music, and I needed control over my own schedule. So I started this house cleaning business. I did that for several years, sold it, and went to graduate school to study composition further. While I was in school, I went to a temp agency to find some work that I could put around my class schedule. And the recruiter looked at my resume and said, "Oh, you know this accounting software?" And it was what I'd used for my cleaning business. I said, "Sure." He said, "Those are going to be the highest paying placements we can get for you, is doing bookkeeping." So off we went. I did bookkeeping while I was in school. And when you leave the conservatory with an advanced degree in music composition, you need a job. And the jobs I knew how to do were bookkeeping. My wife got a job in Washington, D.C. So we came back to the area, and there are so many nonprofits in the DC area. I limited my job search just to nonprofits because I was a young, idealistic person and I wanted to make a difference. I went to work at a big nonprofit and learned that nonprofit accounting has these little quirks. It's a weird kind of specialty. So I learned that on the job. After a couple of years there, the organization, it was just, I was in the right place at the right time. I moved up very quickly in the organization because they grew really, really fast while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I didn't want to have a full-time job because I had this other career, this parallel career as an artist, I became a freelancer. And
Mm-hmm.
bookkeeping is a very generic service. So
Mm-hmm.
the way I could stand out as a freelancer was to specialize in nonprofits because that was this quirky thing that I had just learned. So I became a freelance nonprofit bookkeeper. That became my little niche, and that's what I did. And I did that for many years. Eventually, my artist career, I put that in air quotes, I took that about as far as it could go.
Yeah.
uh, and I decided to go all in on the bookkeeping because I had one skill that people wanted to pay me for. Another one that we're turning it into money was nearly impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of clear, like how to move forward from there. Also, it became clear that taking the money pressure off of the creative artistic side would actually be a relief. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to stop writing music. I just wasn't going to try to do it for money, which
Mm-hmm.
felt great. So that remains a hobby and a passion that is,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to spend as much time as I would like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still an active part of what I am, what I do. But the business became my primary focus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I quickly reached capacity as a freelancer, and I got stuck there for a good
Mm-hmm.
while
Yeah.
because I was so scared. I was so scared of
Mm-hmm.
like, if I start to hire people and I say yes to new opportunities and that goes well, that leaves me with the role of managing people and doing sales. And what I'm actually good at is spreadsheets and bookkeeping. And like, that's what I like. So it seemed like I would be putting myself in a future that I did not want. So
Yes.
it took me
Yeah.
a good long while to kind of turn the corner and understand that there was a way forward wasn't awful. And for me, the thing I um, that made it possible was I met a person who was going to be the right person to help me grow the company. That I met a woman who had a background in HR and operations, and my clients needed HR, but I only had a very small amount of HR work. And
Hmm.
this was just after the pandemic. She had left the workforce. She had a small kid at home, and then wanted to come back to work, but only a little bit. I was like, well, I only have a little bit. It was the right time, and it was somebody who's extraordinary. She's now our chief operating officer, and that is a full-time role now that's
Mm.
evolved. But I knew going in that, like, I'm bad at hiring. Like, I did not know how to recruit people. I didn't know how to hire. Didn't know how to. So much of the people side, I was just oblivious
Hmm.
to. And I knew that was a weakness of mine. When I did work full time at that big nonprofit and I became accounting manager and I had to hire people, like, wow, I
Hmm.
was not good at that.
Hmm.
So having somebody on board who was who could kind of, who I could offload that to, like, made it possible to then grow a business
Very
that
good.
could work. So that was one thing. The other thing was, somebody told me about this program called EO Accelerator, which is
Hmm.
a program for small business owners. Again, I went to music school, didn't go to business school. I didn't understand anything about running a business. I mean, my
Hmm.
house cleaning business was that was a pretty basic operation.
Hmm.
I had a classified ad, and I answered the phone when clients called. I cleaned houses all day. Like, there was no, I didn't build the business up bigger than that.
Hmm.
So I, the accelerator program did two wonderful things for me. One was the curriculum showed that, like, building a business is a thing people know how to do. It's
Hmm.
like, I don't have to invent any of this. Like,
Right.
people have figured it out. Which embarrassingly, that was a big discovery. I was like, oh, I don't have to invent any of this. Like, this is
Yeah.
all, it's all very cut and dry. And the other thing was having a peer group of other people going through the same issues. Um, so that was magnificent, because I was under the illusion that I was very alone in doing this, and like nobody understood, and it was the whole thing.
Hmm.
So having a peer group was a game changer, and then having just basic like business curriculum was a game changer, and that made it
Very good.
possible to move forward. So now the business has grown. We have a small, it's still a small business.
Hmm.
I've got about 8 employees. 3 of us are full time, plus another 4 to 5 FTEs worth of subcontractors. So it's a fairly small team, but enough that, like, I have to figure out what I'm doing. So we have, but also we have, like, it's a team effort now. It's not all on me.
Hmm. Good.
My
Good.
now
Good.
my day is mostly business development. Like, the
Very
part
good.
of the business that's still on my shoulders is finding new revenue.
Very good.
But the operational side is now running a lot without me, which I guess we could drill down to if you want. That was that was a process. Like,
We may.
letting go, letting go of the operational stuff is really hard, but that's a hurdle I think we've cleared.
Very good.
Yeah.
That sounds like a story many people face,
Hmm.
especially the fear about branching out beyond just themselves,
Yeah.
being the primary revenue generator, if you
Mhm.
will. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
cool. Let's give our listeners a little bit of financial context in a sense that have you used investor money in any kind of way, or are you still bootstrapping?
Yeah, bootstrapping. We're entirely self-funded. I haven't had to take on
Hmm.
any debt. Haven't had to take on any outside capital. It's I've been fortunate that way. I think another just fortunate thing about the nature of the work that we do is we have
Uh-huh.
annual contracts for ongoing service. So I have recurring revenue, and that's,
Very
that's the
good.
core of
Yeah.
what we do. So that just by the nature of the work kind of put us in a good position.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, as you're building this, you're and bringing people in, let's talk about hats. You've kind of alluded to the hats that you've had to wear. What are the
Mm-hmm.
hats you're wearing now? And are there any hats you're trying to get rid of so that you don't have to wear them?
Yeah, well, it's the sales and business development is the one I'm wearing most of the time now
Hmm. Okay.
because I do have like a leadership team in place. So I have a
Hmm.
full-time COO, we have a part-time CFO. So like
Okay. Good.
I have a lot of support in the management of the business and even in the sort of forward-looking
Hmm.
planning as well. So it's the business development one is that where like currently, I think like this year or the next 18 months, I don't know exactly what the time frame is. We're still figuring out kind of what works. I don't have a
Hmm.
repeatable strategy. So
Hmm.
um, and I don't have a clear picture of like who is the right person that we don't that
Hmm.
could then take this on.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay.
I do have a lot of doubt about like, oh, am I the right person for this? I'm probably not, but I don't know yet what the right person is going to be, and I also don't know what they're going to do. So
Okay.
those are the
Got
questions
it.
I'm trying to solve right now.
Awesome.
Those are that's my real top priority.
Very good. Now, within that context, who you've talked about nonprofits.
Hmm.
Who are the entities you serve best at this particular point in time? Um, Kind of thinking target market.
Yeah. Um, Historically, our ideal
Hmm.
client has been a nonprofit organization with an
Hmm.
annual budget between one
Hmm.
and 3 million.
Got it.
So
Okay.
there's this narrow band that has been
Hmm.
our bread and butter. That's our niche,
Hmm.
and we
Hmm.
have um, service offerings that are really optimized
Hmm.
for the organizations that are in that spot. Uh, the challenges they tend to face are pretty
Hmm.
consistent. We have a lot of
Hmm.
experience solving the sorts of problems that come up at that size,
Hmm. Hmm.
and we have services that are cost effective. It's a really efficient solution for how
Hmm.
organizations at that size can handle their financial operations and their HR operations.
Hmm.
We're developing now service offerings above and below those. Like we're trying to expand that
Hmm.
band
Yeah, good.
because there are ways that we can really be of value to organizations
Hmm.
that are larger and similarly
Hmm.
organizations that are smaller. And the smaller ones have been a difficult challenge for us all along.
Hmm.
Because the smaller ones are in some ways the neediest. Like they need us the most, and but they can't afford it.
Right.
So figuring out how to crack that nut is something we're working on now too.
Good. 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 What makes you unique? Why would an entity make sure they wanted to call you as opposed to somebody else?
Sure. So we have again, we're specialists in the nonprofit sector, and so we know how to grapple with the problems that a nonprofit faces, particularly if they're in our size range.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they often have problems uh, because they've grown to a certain point with in often when we encounter a nonprofit in that $1 million range, they've never had HR staff and they can't afford a typical HR outsourced firm, but they have gotten big enough that they do need some foundational HR infrastructure. So
Mm-hmm.
we can put that in reach for them and
Okay.
make it affordable. So that is something generally bookkeeping and accounting firms don't want to touch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Right.
and it's interesting. I've met a lot of bookkeepers who don't love doing payroll, and a lot of HR firms that don't love doing payroll. We're happy to do it because we could do the accounting side of that and also the HR side. Like it just gets
Mm-hmm.
very blurry very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we have both HR and accounting covered makes that an easy thing for us to take on. Um, and then in terms of the financial operations, we know where the issues are going to be. Typically,
Mm-hmm.
it's with restricted funding.
Mm-hmm.
For a nonprofit to grow from 1 million to 2 million, they're going to be getting hopefully some government funding of some kind or larger foundation grants that come with strings attached. And there's
Mm-hmm.
tracking and allocations, and there's an accounting complexity related to that.
Right.
If we put the pieces in place so that their processes are good,
Mm-hmm.
Then as they get more and more restricted grants, they are already doing the things right, and it's very easy to keep track of. And it's if they don't put the pieces in place, then everything gets very tangled. And so
Oh yeah.
yeah, exactly. So those kinds of issues, like we can really dive into and then help them sail through their audits and tax season and stuff.
Very good. Very good. Do you provide the audit service?
No, no, we don't. We do not do audits, and we don't do the 990, which is a charity's annual tax return. Generally, an outside CPA firm will handle that responsibility, and we become the liaison. Essentially, we're the primary
Yeah.
contact for the auditors, so
Okay.
that the nonprofit staff doesn't get sucked into this time vortex of providing all kinds of documents to the auditors. Like we take care of
Very
all
good. Are you able to provide referrals for CPAs?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Very
Absolutely.
good.
We've got a list of partners we like to work with, and CPAs that do audits are some of our best referral partners. So we're
And that's a pretty short list, I'm guessing.
no, there's CPA firms all over the country who are doing audits, and those
Ah,
are
oh, awesome. Awesome.
so. Yeah,
Awesome.
I only know a few. I'm happy to meet more.
That's okay. If you know a few, that's probably enough at the moment. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears a little bit to you a little bit more.
Mhm.
What would you say, other than the transition from being the business to having a business kind of thinking, what would you say has been the most memorable hurdle you've had to overcome? That one's a big one, but
Right, it is a big one. There's kind of two sides to it.
hmm
I think one is the hurdle of not being the client contact, like
hmm
losing that direct connection to the
hmm
clients was hard for me. It was hard for our clients
hmm
too. I think, they had been for many years working directly with me.
hmm
So changing that relationship was
hmm
complicated and difficult. And it was hard for me to give that up because now
hmm
I am uh, a few steps removed from the impact we really have in the world. And
hmm
one of the things that brought me into the nonprofit sector in the first place was
hmm
wanting to make a difference.
hmm
So it's now very abstract in my daily life that like
hmm
we're facilitating organizations having an impact. Like
Yeah. Okay. That's
we're
good.
not directly in the field doing the work, but we're enabling that to happen. And I don't get the same kind of feedback that I used to get about the impact piece.
Now that says to me you're using leverage to be able to provide impact to a lot more
Yes,
organizations and a lot more people than
exactly.
you could if you were the one doing it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So there's that trade-off, isn't there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Looking ahead, what do you see in the future? If you look out 5 years, 10 years, what do you see the business doing and changing and evolving to?
Oh, so it's such uh, it's a crazy time. We're in crazy time
hmm
right now.
hmm
So actually, as I look out 5 years, 10 years in the future, um, I have a lot of doubt about how things are going to look 5 to 10 years
hmm
from now. I just don't know. Ideally, if things go well, um, I could see the firm grow. We were on a growth trajectory that was slow and steady.
hmm
This is not like one of these tech companies that tries to grow super fast. Um,
hmm
I'm on a real slow. It was a slow burn.
hmm
2025 was not a great year for the nonprofit sector for a variety of reasons.
hmm
Uh, and so far, 26 has not gotten better yet. Assuming we get through this dip and get things
hmm
going in the right direction, um, there could be lovely opportunities for the firm to grow and for us to have.
hmm
Right now we have a number of part-time roles that are hard to fill, um,
hmm
but we just don't have those part-time roles are different enough. We can't combine them into a single full-time one. So until those roles grow into full-time, we can't really get the gears turning
hmm
because we have to balance the capacity to do the work
Yeah, right.
and the whole, that challenge. Um, I think getting through this growth phase of relying on so many part-time people will
Hmm.
be transformative. When I can reach that goal and have full-time roles for all the roles, then the business can really go forward.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What do you see that doing for you personally?
Um, I, I, I guess it's just the simple answer is it provides a way, an off ramp for me that once the business can function and my participation becomes less necessary, like the goal will be, and I think the timing could work out, it'll be around retirement time, then
Hmm.
I could step away and the business can go on without me.
Can continue on and continue providing impact. Yeah, kind of like a baby moving on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. 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 Let's play around with that a little bit. You've had an adventure here. You've learned a lot of things. You've discovered a lot of things. You've learned a lot to do, a lot not to do. Um, if you started your business over again today, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently?
um, what would I do differently? I think I would have brought other people in sooner.
Hmm.
And I think I'd have a clearer idea of what those seats would be because we've
Hmm.
definitely fumbled our way through like a lot of how the team should be structured.
Hmm.
So I think we'd have some clarity on how to do that. We'd do that differently. And
Hmm.
I wonder also, well, again, I just have so much doubt. Uh, would we choose the same niche? I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, the smaller nonprofits, like it became this niche because I was a freelancer, and the people that needed part-time freelance bookkeeping are small
Hmm.
organizations. So I was working with small organizations. It's very high risk. There's a lot of turnover. They're the least, um, well, they're the most vulnerable to
That's a good way to put it.
funds
Yeah.
and funding and so on. So our kind of core constituency is
Risky.
is risky. Exactly. So if there was
Hmm.
if there would be a way to build a business around a more stable, ideal client base, that would make things easier.
Maybe might be a lot more competition too.
Right, right. Exactly. It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's one of those interesting trade-offs is how do you pick a niche that you can dominate and be the go-to entity.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And I think that's why we've gone deep on this one because
Hmm.
most of our competitors don't want it
Yep, right.
for good reason. There's
Yeah,
a reason to
right.
avoid it. But
Yeah.
also, we can sort of optimize for that portion of the
Hmm.
sector
Hmm.
and be really good at that thing. So that's what we've done, and I'm hoping that will pay off, allow us to continue to grow. Um, but it is, yeah, as you said, trade off. So interesting to have our eggs in that basket that is essentially a risky one.
Yeah. Well, just your particular that choice of risks.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good, very good. This has been very good. You've thrown a couple of really interesting insights into this conversation, but in the interest of time, it's probably time to start heading towards wrapping up a bit.
All right.
So we're going to hit a few rapid fire questions and see what kind of fun we can have with those.
Okay.
Um, what would you say has been your key to success?
Um, I, is it the key? I think my key to success is I have no filter. Like I'm not. My kind of heart is on the sleeve. You get like I'm very open, and
Hmm.
I don't know how to be another way. It's
Hmm.
just sort of all the cards are on the table. I don't know how
Hmm.
to do this differently, and I think that works out really well. And I think in the nonprofit sector, I think I'm able to connect. Like it's a tribe. Like it's
Hmm.
people are drawn to that work for a reason. So I
Hmm.
found kind of where my people are, and that's where I
Hmm.
have been staying, and that's served me really well.
Very good, very good. So let's pretend you and I were at the coffee shop just chatting, and somebody walked in with a new business that he was talking about with his friend. and getting ready to start it up, what's one piece of advice you would want to share with that person?
Mm. Um, I, I don't have good advice. I think the thing I would want to know from that person is like, how inspiring is this for you? Like, if
Are
this
you
is
going
the
to stick with it?
what, and are you going to like that you're still like, will it be nourishing while it is punishing?
That's
Like
a
that,
good point. Yeah.
um, because if that's true, then you're unstoppable.
Awesome. Awesome. That is a good point, actually. Um, what is one book you're reading now or have read recently that has impact on how you're driving this business?
Um, I'm a little embarrassed to mention this. It's not a business book. It's like a self-help book, and
Hmm.
I'm embarrassed, but I'm going to go there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I read a book recently called The Untethered Soul. I finished
Yeah.
that book. I went back and read it again. It helped me change my relationship to lots of things in my life,
Hmm. Yeah.
including the business, how I relate with people, um, how I relate to adversity.
Hmm.
Super helpful. It's been
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Well, the person and the business are kind of
yeah,
inseparable, aren't they?
exactly. And maybe the other that reminds me, actually, another book. A former mentor of mine, her name is Debbie King. She has a book called Loving Your Business, and a lot of the way she approaches business coaching is from that lens. That like the business reflects you back to yourself. Like the things
Yes.
where you're stopped in
Good.
your life is the things that are stopping the business, and so on. So like
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome
it's
insight.
all
Yeah.
connected. Yeah.
Yeah. It is all connected. Very, very good. You've had a great journey.
Thank
You've
you.
made a lot of things happen. What are you most proud of in the business?
Um, well, two things. One, that we do have this indirect impact in the world that we're,
Hmm.
I hope, facilitating a lot of important things getting done. And two, I'm just most proud of the team we've assembled, and
Good.
that they're able to make a living doing
Hmm.
this work that I think is important. That
Hmm.
um, they also see the benefit of and are committed to. Like that's that's amazing to me that happened, or that
Good.
continues to happen. Yeah.
Good. 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 Just kind of flipping the question around to the other side. If you had a magic wand and there was one thing in the business you could improve this afternoon, what would
Mm.
it be?
um, it, I would hire the BD person. Like I would know
Uh-huh.
who the person is, because that's my big concern is that like me individually, I am not the person my clients are looking for. That there's
Mm,
that I'm not. I don't know what it is. Like, and maybe I'm just being too critical of myself. Um, I think our clients are looking for like a person to help with their finances, and what I'm offering them is a team and a process and a system,
hmm.
and that's not necessarily what they come in looking
Mm,
for. And
interesting.
um, I don't know. I think there is a better person who's going to meet them where they are,
Hmm.
and make that connection. Although I'm
Awesome.
trying to get better at it myself because I got to do it.
Somebody's got to do
So I got to do it.
it. Very, very good. Very good. Probably the most important question here today. How can people who want to know more get in touch with you? What's the best channel?
Super easy. I try to make myself very available. Um,
Hmm.
LinkedIn is great. My
Hmm.
assistant is on the LinkedIn a lot, so like we are monitoring all that communication very, very closely. And if you go to our website, there's a contact form, and like we actually read the stuff that comes in there, so that's great. Email, whatever. I'm any of it. We're happy to talk to people.
Perfect. And what's the website address?
The website address is consonance.group.
Perfect. Perfect.
And
Very good.
consonance, let me say this, consonance, like the opposite of dissonance, not
Yeah,
the opposite
right.
of vowels.
Sounds musical to me.
Exactly. But when we speak it, people often say consonants, like they think the letters that are not vowels. But no, no, no.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Last question.
Yeah.
What's most inspiring to you today?
Um, I, well, again, I don't want to keep ringing the bell of like my team. It's like the people that are doing the work are inspiring to me, that they keep showing up and doing this. It is not easy.
Mm.
And that they are committing themselves to this business and the work that we're doing. It is magnificent. As one, but we go a different direction. A little tidbit. There is a woman named Vanessa Van Edwards who has all kinds of content, and she sells a course called I forget what it is, People School. Um, very, very helpful for me, and also I think kind of inspiring in that I've had an interesting journey learning how to be more conversational, learning how to relate to people,
Mhm.
because networking is this bulk of what I do now. And
Mhm.
it's not a skill that I had.
Mhm.
This was far outside my comfort zone. And
Mhm.
she has a lot of, she wrote a couple of books that are very helpful and help me navigate or improve skills that make it possible for me to do the work I have to do now.
And that's a fantastic. You find your growing a business requires you to grow you, doesn't
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
They do kind of go hand in hand.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah.
Very, very good. This has been awesome. This has been a great conversation. You've opened up a lot of really important aspects of this game um, that I think will be very helpful. I think that's been very inspiring, to be perfectly honest. This is good. So thank you so much for sharing your story and where you've gone, because this is a journey. It is not an event. Um,
Yes.
for everybody watching, I encourage them to save the show, come back, listen to it again. I think there's some hidden insights in there that I think will help people get their businesses moving along. So, Jonathan, thank you so much for sharing those. To the audience, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications every time we drop a conversation like this. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. A special thank you to Jonathan for being with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.